Okay, so let's get started with our next stitch pattern. This is called Shell Waves, and this is labeled as an intermediate stitch pattern. And what you want to start off with is a chain in multiples of 14. I've done 2 sets of 14, and then you'll add 2 to the very end of that row. So basically I have a total of 30 stitches here. So for row 1, we are just simply going to start out with a simple single crochet in the second from the hook. And then what you want to do is single crochet into the next 3 chains. So that will give you a total of 4 single crochet in a row. And just use any standard yarn or any standard hook to do this project. I'm just using a 5mm. Now you want to skip the next 3 stitches, and then we're going to start working our first shell. So into that next stitch you now want to work 4 double crochet, or I'm sorry, not 4 but 7. So you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Now, as I have stated before, when you put so many stitches in one stitch, you have to be prepared to lose a stitch right in here unless you pull your stitch over far enough to release that stitch. So basically you had a stitch that started hiding itself, so make sure you do that so you do not miscalculate your stitch count. So once you do that, you're going to skip 3 stitches. Once you've skipped 3, you want to single crochet into the next 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Now you want to repeat that, starting with skipping your next 3, 1, 2, 3, and then in that next stitch you want to work your 7 doubles again to make your next shell. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and now 7. Now again, make sure you can see that stitch right in there that's hiding. Again, pull that over, pull your stitches over and reveal that stitch. So now what you want to do is skip 1, 2, 3, and then you're just going to finish this row up by doing a single crochet into the last 4 chains. So we have our 2 shells there, and then in between we have single crochet. So now what you want to do for row 2 is you want to chain up 1, and that will act as our first single crochet. Okay, so what you want to do now is just simply make a single crochet row. So you want to just single crochet in each stitch across. And once you get to the end of this row, we will turn and do row 3. Okay, so with row 2 completed, we want to chain up 3 here for the beginning of row 3, and that'll count as a double crochet. Now what we're going to do is basically put half of a shell stitch into this first single crochet. So right where your chain 3 is, you want to work 3 additional double crochet. Alright, so now you get that situated there. You want to skip the next 3 stitches, and in the next stitch you want to work a single crochet, and then you're going to single crochet basically in 7 total in a row. So that was 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Now skip the next 3, and in the next one you want to build your next shell. So put 7 double crochet here. So there's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Again, skip the next 3 and work 7 single crochet in a row. So there's 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And now what you're going to do is skip the next 3, and then that very last one, like we did in the first one, we want to make a half of a shell. So you want to put 4 double crochet into that turning chain. And that will even up the end one to match the beginning one. Alright, so now you'll turn, and row 4 you'll chain up 1, and again that counts as our beginning single crochet. So then you will just single crochet right across and make this yet another single crochet row. And this stitch works up beautifully, especially for a cowl pattern, scarf pattern. Any of that would look really nice in this stitch. Especially if you did a play on color for your single crochet rows. I know I've said that in other stitch patterns, but I enjoy playing with color, and especially when a pattern has single crochet rows separating a more in detailed stitch like this. When you just pop in a different color for your single crochet row, you'd be amazed at what that simple color change will do for your actual project. Okay, so finish going all the way across here, and then single crochet into your turning chain. And now for row 5, we're going to chain 1, and that is going to count as our first single crochet. Then you want to single crochet into the next 3. 1, 2, and 3. Then skip 3, and then you want to work your shells again in the next stitch. So work 7 double crochet into that next stitch. So there's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And the important part about working this stitch pattern is you're working in 3s and 7s. So basically you're skipping 3, and then you're going to work 7 single crochet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then you're going to skip 3 again, and then work your next shell of 7 double crochet in the next stitch. So basically you're working in increments of 3 or 7 to get this pattern to work out. So 4, 5, 6, and 7. Now you want to skip the next 3, and then what you want to do is you're going to 1, 2, 3, skip 3, and then you're going to simply single crochet into the last 3 stitches. And there you are going to have your pattern. Very, very simple. And actually you got to have 4. I think I missed my stitch. And with 4 single crochet. I didn't do my last one. Okay, so there you have the pattern. It's just your shells and waves, and all you want to do at this point is you're just simply going to start repeating rows 2 through 5. So you'll start next with a single crochet row all the way across, and then the next row will be your building of your shells. And if you want the written copy to this pattern, you can get that from the Complete Photo Guide to Crochet. And the link is below to the website that will show you where you can get that book, or visit any of your bookstores. You can get the book there as well. So I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial for this beautiful stitch. And until next video, happy hooking!